Hello and welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton, and welcome to another news report. The headline news today comes from Caught Offside, and it's that Everton, Fulham, West Ham and Nottingham Forest are all monitoring Arsenal fullback Miles Lewis-SKELLY's situation after England boss Thomas Tuchel said the 19-year-old needs more minutes to be considered for his squad. Links also appeared last week from Sky Sports that Lewis-SKELLY wants more consistent minutes to make the England squad. I don't see this happening. I think Lewis-SKELLY's just going to end up breaking into the Arsenal team and taking Calafiore's spot. I do think Calafiore's really good, but I think Lewis-SKELLY is someone who could be playing starting left back for England for the next 10 years. Right now, I think he'd be a backup. I think Lewis Hall has been unbelievable for Newcastle, and I think is the one who deserves the starting left back spot as of now if he doesn't get injured. But Lewis-SKELLY, it'll be Fulham or West Ham. They'll want to keep him close to the club, keep him in London. And unless, again, we can get on a really good form and there's a chance we're competing for Europe, I don't see him being sent anywhere else. I don't know. I think I would prefer a bit more of a senior left back, and I would prefer a permanent. But I do understand if the club wants to put money into a right back or a striker, which I think right back should be the first priority. Then I can completely understand why they're looking at a loan for Lewis-SKELLY, who won't be on the biggest wages because of his age and how new he is to the first team squad, and then, someone who can offer us a more dynamic style of play going forward than someone like a Mikalenko can. I can see the positives on it, but I think a permanent appointment would be much more suited for the club, because I just think Mikalenko's been terrible for a while now, or not very good for a while now, so I think it's time the club looks at a new starting left back. But I can understand maybe bringing Lewis-SKELLY in for the short term and then signing someone in the summer. The next bit of news comes from the Daily Mail, and it's that Wolves are considering a move to sign Everton winger Dwight McNeil in the January transfer window, as they plan for life under soon-to-be manager Rob Edwards. Yeah, no surprise. I think McNeil will go in January. I don't think he offers much, and I think he'll see the reaction he got overall when he was the one who replaced Ilman and Dyer, and it was one of disappointment, one of annoyance for Hilly, and I was one of those people. I like Dwight McNeil, but I think it's just obvious when someone's time's come, and I think we just have better players available already, or players that I'd much rather see be given a chance in off the bench than someone like Dwight McNeil, who just doesn't seem to care, doesn't want to be here, and it's almost looks like he's trying to offer as little as possible. I don't think he is doing that, but it's how it can come across at times, and I think it's just better for everyone involved if McNeil finds a new club. Hopefully we can get 10 to 15 million for him. People may say we deserve more. We're not getting more for the production he's offered. I know he's English, but when I don't think you get the English tax if you are the most bang average of bang average wingers, which I think McNeil is. Look what we signed and die for. I think we'll somehow sell McNeil for the same, which could be good. That could help fund a right back and fund other positions. Gets McNeil's wages off the books as well, which I can imagine a decent considering. Yeah, until the past 12 months or so, he's been a top player in the squad in terms of someone who gets a lot of minutes, is trusted to be the creative spark of the team. Even when Ndai was in the team at first at the start of last season, he was the one who was seen as the creative outlet, and I think we'll get a little bit of money, but I don't expect anything really good. If I'm from my perspective, it'll just be a decent little fee. Cool, get him off the wages. Hopefully, put that money towards a new signing. Gives us a bit more to spend in January, and a bit more hope that we may actually do something in January. Brentford, Leeds and Everton are all interested in Celtic's Japanese forward Diaz and Maeda, according to Team Talk, after he informed the club of his desire to depart in the January transfer window. The 28-year-old, who was incredible in the Scottish Premiership last season with 33 goals and 12 assists across all competitions. I do not know the price, but I'm not sure about his contract situation, etc., etc. I think Everton fans would love Maeda. Really fast, really strong finisher as well. I think they're probably his two biggest attributes, along with his work rate. A lot of Celtic fans know Maeda is a constant hounder. He'll constantly chase you down, and I think that's something that'll really mesh well with David Moyes' system. I think he would be the perfect super sub. someone who can come off the bench for 30, 35 minutes, run that entire time, and really have an impact against tired defences. I think that's what he would be used for. Along that with being able to play on the right, I'm not or it's the right or left. I know he can play on one of the wings. I'm not 100% certain on which one it is. But I think he's a really good player. I really like him, and if the fee's cheap enough, I think it'd be a really smart move to bring in. I know some players struggle to adapt to the English game from the Scottish game, but I think Maeda's got a lot of the physical attributes that you already look for in a Premier League footballer. And I think he could be really good. And for a really cheap price, bringing in a rotational piece of the squad who will start some games, who will come off the bench some games, I think it's a really nice squad piece to have. He's 28, of course, so that's maybe only 2-3 good years out of him. But I'd take 2-3 good years on what will probably be on the pennies. For I don't know how much of his contract he has left. It might not be much, but if they want to get rid of him in January, if he's forcing a move, I don't see a player from the Scottish League going for more than 15 mil, to be honest. Maybe even cheaper than that. I think that's the max they'll get for him. So yeah, we'll have to see. But the next bit of news comes from Brogan Clasper from Everton.news, and that's that Everton have kept a close eye on striker Michael Noonan, with scouts being sent out to Qatar to watch the 17-year-old Irishman play for his country in the Under-17s World Cup. Manchester United scouts have also looked at Noonan. The Shamrock Rovers striker is on the radar of a number of Premier League clubs. This one's an interesting one. Noonan I did not know much about, so I did a little bit of research going into this. In the 2025 season for Shamrock Rovers, he's only 17 now. He was 16 at the time of the season. Started 14 games, which played 30. Started 14, played around 1,500 minutes, and got 6 goals and 2 assists. Really good numbers, in my opinion. Has played twice in the Conference League, only get 39 minutes. But the Irish League competition level is really, really low. But he's only 17. We've had success signing young lads from Ireland before. Seamus Coleman, hopefully that Jacob Bryan also in the squad. Matt Travers plays for Ireland. Hopefully it's one where if he is someone where all these clubs are looking at him and see a potential future great player, hopefully the contingency of Irish players in our squad and the history of Irish players in Everton squads could convince him to join. I don't know much about him, but seems like a talented young lad and someone who could help this academy, which is seemingly getting better and better the more and more I hear about it. So that is good news, and we'll have to see more news what comes out about young Michael as the time goes on. And the last bit of news is that the Hill Dickinson Stadium will host 5 matches at Euro 2028, including 4 group stage matches and 1 round of 16 match. No surprise that a lot of the games are being put at the Hill Dickinson. It's one of the best stadiums in the country. It's a top 3 stadium in the country in terms of everything about it. I think I'll definitely try to go to a game. Hopefully England are playing at one of the games, but if not, it'd still be nice to go watch some international football at the Hill Dickinson. I think it's really cool. I think it's no surprise though, really, is it? But again, hopefully one of these games are an England game. It'd be really nice to see. But that is all the news for this video. If you did enjoy, please make sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at Everton Newsfeed. And follow myself on Twitter at Callum Branham3. And I'll see you all for the next video and or live stream that I am on.